This is part 2 of Mrs. Cottoy's bar modeling questions, answered here just for you. I would like to thank those who have been with me from the start. Unfortunately, there are just a few children following. You can see the YouTube videos, just a few views. And I'd like to really thank those who are actually looking at this video and listening to it. You can see the hours that these things are being produced, and the thing about it is that those who haven't been following will never be on the same level as those who have been. So just the fact that you are looking at this and listening to this, I commend you. God will bless you for your hard work. This is a challenge question number 9. Well, challenge question number 1. Why is it challenging? Because it doesn't follow the format that we are accustomed to. It requires a little extra of you. So here we go. Javid and Marquis had an equal number of snow mints. After Marquis ate 25 and Javid sold 31, Marquis had twice as many as Javid. How many snow mints did each boy have from the start? Javid and Marquis had an equal number of snow mints. What does that mean? The same number. Marquis ate 25, so he got rid of 25. Javid sold 31. So he didn't eat them, but he still got rid of them. So 25 left Marquis and 31 left Javid. We're going to show that in a bar model right now. Bear with me. What's happening there now? What's that? Okay, I'm so sorry. So draw Javid, Javid, Marquis. Is this how the question starts, with them having the same number? Yes, an equal number of snow mints. So here comes Marquis eating 20. Oh, didn't realize, boy, so much candy, Marquis? Nah, man. Marquis, you ate 25 snow mints, boy? Nah. 25. So this is Marquis's 25. I'm going to use the highlighter. Highlighter was too big before, so we have a smaller highlighter now. So Marquis, this is how much left Marquis. Alright, and the number that left Javid is supposed to be more than 25. This little part here represents 25. Now, could this part be accurate? We don't know how much the whole is, so do not let this part confuse you. It's just not drawn to scale, it's just a representation. Alright, so that's 25. Javid sold 31, so he got rid of 31. What has to be accurate is that 25 has to match up with 25. What do I mean by that? Javid didn't get rid of 25 alone. He got rid of 25 and more. Alright, so I'm going up to Javid's section. The 25 below matches with the 25 on top. So he had 25, he got rid of 25, plus more. So I'm highlighting that part there. What's the size of the... Right. So that's also 25, bearing in mind that Javid did not sell only 25, it was 25 and more. But hold up, before we put the more, let's go on to the next part. Marquis had twice as many as Javid. That's after both boys got rid of some snow mints. Marquis had twice as many as Javid. Maybe Javid realized his teeth will get rotten. So he said, alright Marquis, you go ahead, you eat 25, I'll sell mine. Not important to the question, right? So let's make sure we are sure of this part. This part is accurate. Javid must have half the number Marquis has. Marquis must have twice the number that Javid has. I'm going to change my color here. Right. So now this is what Javid remains with. This is what Marquis remains with. So Marquis's is twice Javid's. Let me turn your attention to this section here. This section. What does this section here represent? Let's look at the question again. Javid did not only sell 25, he sold 25 and more. This section here represents the more. This. Can we find out how much the more is? I just try to speak in the most simple terms because I want to reach everybody. Okay, how much is that more? Going back to black. Well, the difference between what Marquis and Javid got rid of is 31 minus 25, which is 6. So that section there represents 6 snowmints. 6. Let's compare it to the rest of the diagram. But before we do that, remember I said this part here with the 25 is not drawn to scale. So you might be asking, how could that little part be 25 and then this big part be 6? That's not making sense. We are sure that this part here is drawn to scale because Javid's is supposed to be half of Marquis's. We are sure about the difference between the 31 and the 25. We were not sure how long to draw the 25, so we can revise that now, or we can understand that it isn't drawn to scale. All right, so just for your understanding, I'm going to extend that. This part here is accurate. So now that we know that this part is 6, if we want to extend the line, I'm going to do some erasing, and I hope I'm not confusing anybody. I'm going to extend the line so that it can be looking like a more reasonable 25 compared to the 6. Smaller that. Right. Right, so that's our new 25. Probably drew it a little too long, but that's all right. That's our new 25. And that's the part that may confuse some people. Once you didn't understand that your diagram was not drawn to scale, so you have to reach the point where you do know what part of it is drawn to scale. Right, let's try that again. Alright, so before I go any further, I want to just revise what we have done. Alright, so I'm going to write back in that 25, 25, 25. Start again. Javid and Marquis had an equal number of snowmints. Right, this is Javid's bar on top. This is Marquis's bar below. Are you seeing how they are equal? Yes, they are equal. After Marquis ate 25, and Javid sold 31, that's the 25 plus the 6. Marquis had twice as many as Javid. This is Javid's here, this is Marquis's here. how many snowmen did each boy have from the start? Great. I want to turn your attention to this extra amount that Javid has. He has 6, not got rid of. He got rid of 6 more. Oh, I still had eraser on, sorry. Right, he had 6 more. Gave away 6 more than Marquis 8. The left side of our figure here, when compared to the rest of the diagram, do you notice any patterns? That 6 is the same size as what Javid remains with. It is same size as one of Marquis's pieces. This section here is divided into 4 equal parts. Are you seeing that here? We already said earlier that this is the specific part. It's accurate. Javid has half the number that Marquis has. The difference between the 31 over here, remember 25 plus 6 is the 31 that he got rid of. The difference between the 31 and the 25 is this 6. So it means that this section here is 6. 6, 6. So how many snowmen did each boy have from the start? Let's add the sections. I'm going to use a different color so you can see. Yes, 6 here, that's for Javid, another 6 here for Javid, and the 25. 6 plus 6 plus 25. Really? 6 and 6, 6 plus 6, 12, plus 5, 17. 2 plus 1, 3. So that's 37 for Javid. And Marquis, we have 6 plus 6 plus 25. Oh, they had an equal number, so it's 37. Should have asked something different. So each boy had 37 from the start. Right. If you're really interested, you wouldn't stop there, you know. I just mean in your practice, not in your exam, please. You'd ask yourself, what else can I find out from this diagram? Only in your practice. In your exam, you want to satisfy the examiners and move on because you're working against the clock. But in understanding bar modeling, if you're passionate about it, and let me tell you, it's only a small percentage of teachers using bar modeling. And this is why a lot of students are very stressed out, because teachers are using algebra, which most primary school students are not yet ready for cognitively. That just means in your brain. All right? So those who have taken the time to understand bar modeling are helping the students much better. And I don't say that to put any teacher down. That's not my purpose. But bar modeling is the hallelujah of these questions. All right, so I'm saying that based on our analysis of this question, what else can we find out? We can find out how many snowmen Javid had after he gave away his 31. Right? He sold 31, so that means he remained with how many? 37, take away 31, which is 6. Great. We can find out how many Marquis had after he ate 25 and has a tummy ache now. That is 6 plus 6 equals 12. Let's make sure this question is adding up. Let's make sure. Now that we know the numbers, Javid and Marquis had an equal number of snowmen. So that means Javid had 37 And Marquise also had 37. After Marquise ate 25, so that's 37 minus 25. Let's work it out. 37 minus 25. 7 take away 5. 2. 3 take away 2. 1. Does our diagram show that? 12, 6 plus 6. Right. So he had 12 after he ate 25. So after Marquis ate 25 and had 12, and Javid sold 31, 37 take away 31 is 6. So Javid had 37 take away 31, which is 6. Marquis had twice as many as Javid. 12 is twice 6. 6 is a half of 12. How many snowmen did each boy have from the start? Hooray, we did it. So that's a challenge question. And the part that was challenging was this part here. Understanding that even though, remember how small we had the bar for 25, we were not sure how much the whole was. So you need to understand that, okay, I'm just drawing, I'm making a sketch to understand what is going on here. But sometimes a part that might actually be smaller or larger may appear to be out of alignment when you compare the sides. So keep practicing, children, keep practicing and you will get it. All right, so I'm going to move to the next question. Ooh, cancel. I'm not ready to stop yet. The journey to and from San Fernando from home is 96 minutes. The journey back home takes 10 minutes less. Calculate the time it takes from home to San Fernando. Let me see, I didn't try this one yet. No, I might be trying this thing and make a, what you call, you can't see me, my fingers are up, quote unquote, a mistake. That is good. Do not expect a perfect video. What happens if I am working the question and it's not perfect? It's that you can understand the thought process that goes through solving a question like this. No, this is not an excuse for Mrs. Cottoy not knowing how to do the question. Very often teachers will get some of these problem-solving questions and not get it at the first attempt because it's an analysis. You have to work out certain things and realize, hey, this is not working. Let me move on. From the first time you get a challenge, you do not give up. I hope you're understanding what I'm saying, right? So I want you to, I am voicing all my thought processes so that you will understand these are some things you will go through in the test. And what I also do, every time I give a test, for example, the specimen paper, the 2019 paper, the Subneg, the Benco, whatever, I do not correct it using the answer sheet. I go through the questions myself as though I am taking the exam. Because once you look at the answers, you become distracted. So I go through the entire process so that I know what challenges the students may have had. Do you remember that question with the tree that started off being, the plant that started off being 12 centimeters, and they asked you about the growth of the plant and didn't recognize? I said, why is this question so easy? Then recognize, aha, yes, it started off as 12, so this couldn't be the answer, right? These are some common errors that the students will make. All right, so the journey to and from San Fernando from home is 96 minutes. So how do we draw that? The total is 96. 96, that is to and from home. So the journey back home takes 10 minutes less. This is the whole journey, to and from, return, two-way, two-way, however you want to express it. So let's separate it now. Sometimes you have to make the whole bar, and then sometimes you have to separate it into two parts, or as many parts as you need to based on the question. So let's say this is the journey to San Fernando, and let's say this is the journey back home. However, the question doesn't say that it's an equal distance. For some reason, maybe it's a different route, maybe the traffic, I don't know. But back home takes 10 minutes less, which means that we're going to make the journey to San Fernando 10 minutes more. So let's add 10 minutes here. 10 minutes. Great. In total, it's supposed to be 96 minutes. So what you actually do is take away the 96 minutes. 96 take away 10, which is 86 minutes. And now you have two equal parts. You have the to San Fernando, and this is the from San Fernando, or the back home. And that to and from are supposed to add up to 86. Notice they are equal. So you divide 86 by 2. 2 into 8, 4. 2 into 6, 3. So each of these parts is worth 43. 43. Calculate it, the time it takes from home to San Fernando. Home to San Fernando. Home to San Fernando. That's 2. That's not from. So it's 43. It's right here. Plus 10, which is 53 minutes. Hooray. The next question. The sum of two numbers is 96. Let me get rid of that other question. I do not want you to be distracted at all. At all. At all. Enter, 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 enter. Whew. The sum of two numbers is 96. Their difference is 12. What are the two numbers? The sum of two numbers is 96. So it means that when I add two numbers, I don't know which one is bigger than the other, I get 96. The difference is 12. Let me separate it. I have number, the first number, and I have the second number. Right, this is the first number, this is the second number. But whoa, they're not equal. So then my bar does not accurately measure them. The sum of two numbers is 96, and their difference is 12. If their difference is 12, it means that one is 12 larger than the other, or one is 12 greater than the other. So let me put in, they didn't say which one is larger, the first one or the second one. So I'm just going to assume that it's the first one. 12. Great. So in all, I'm going to highlight now. Yes. We have this section, which is part of the first number. This section, which is part of the second number, part of the first number, I'm sorry. And we have the second number, all adding up to 96. So what do we do? Let's take away 12. This is the extra amount. Why are we taking off that 12? Now, usually I take my hand and hide the 12. I can't do that now. Imagine I was hiding the 12 on the screen and expecting you to see it. So, when I take away that 12, right, had it not been for that 12, as I usually tell them, then the numbers would have been the same, but it's different by 12. So let's take away the 12 from the 96. I have to repeat myself often so that it will sink. 6 take away 2 equals 4. 9 take away 1 equals 8. What does that mean? It means that the two equal parts, now imagine the 12 has been broken out like a piece of juicy chocolate on a bar. Oops. You have these two parts left, and they are equal to 84. They are equal to 84, but they are also equal. Two equal parts. So 2 into 84. 2 into 8, 4. 2 into 4, 2. So 42 and 42. What are the two numbers? Are they each 42? No. The first one, or it could have been the second, but one of the numbers is 42 plus 12, and the other number is 42. How much is 42 plus 12? 2 plus 2 make 4. 4 plus 1, 5. So 54. So one number is 54, the other number is 42. Let's check our question. Based on these answers, let's see if we can be correct. Let's add. The sum of two numbers is 96. Let's see if these two numbers add up to 96. 54 plus 42, 4 plus 2, 6, 5 plus 4, 9. This part is correct. Their difference is 12. 54 minus 42. 4 take away 2, 2. 5 take away 4, 1. What are the two numbers? Bingo! It's correct. So let's move on. Home. Go up. Up. Okay, I'm going to get rid of the next question so it doesn't distract you. 3 containers A, B, C weigh a total of 350 kilograms. I don't know the sizes. All right, let me read the question. The entire question, wheel and come again. 3 containers A, B, and C weigh a total of 350 kilograms. We can see that. Container A weighs 30 kilograms more than B, and container C weighs 20 kilograms more than A. Calculate the weight of container B. So let's go. Sometimes you draw and you have to erase. Just remember that. So I did not look at these questions. I did not attempt to solve them. I'm going through the whole process that you need to go through when you are working out questions like these I am modeling. Great. So draw 3 containers A, B, and C with a total of 350. So we have A. I don't know the comparison, so I'm just making a sketch. This here is not accurate. We need to understand that. A, B, and C have a total of 350. Right? That's the whole. Container A weighs 30 more kilograms than B. So I'm going to separate them now. This is being together. I'm going to separate them for comparison. So we have A, which is supposed to be 30 more than B. So I'm going to draw B first as though they were the same. Then I'm going to, no, I shouldn't have done that. Yes. Container A weighs 30 more than B. So B is shorter. Alright, sometimes I like to draw the shorter one first and draw the extra after, but that's no problem. B. So A and B would have been the same, had it not been for that 30 extra. Had it not been for that 30 extra, they would have been the same. So let's continue. Container A weighs 30 more kilograms than container B, which we can see in our diagram. And container C weighs 20 more than A. C is the winner. C is the big winner. So let's go and draw C. I'm going back to my black. Yes, C. C and A would have been the same, This is the point where they would have been the same. However, C had to be 20 more. So the 20 more is here. This is where they would have the same. Let me change to red to show more. This is where A and C would have been the same had it not been for that extra all 20. 20. Now look at the bar. You realize that your 20 and your 30 looking almost the same, right? And that's not a problem, but you can fix that after if you want. Once you understand what are the accurate parts and what are the estimates, that's very important. So C. Great. Calculate the weight of container B. This is what you're calculating. And remember, if you're really interested, you'll ask yourself some other questions as well so that the next time a bar modeling question comes, you can handle it. Great. So what we do now, bar modeling is about equal parts. Equal parts help us a lot to understand things. So what we do is we take out the unequal parts. Many persons will look at this. I'm highlighting now. You'll look at this part and say this is 30 and this is 20. So these are all the unequal parts. If I'm dealing with equal parts, look at what I'm about to do here. Start from the bottom, go to the top. These are all the unequal parts. So you realize that a part of the unequal parts isn't labeled. How much is that worth? It's also worth 30. See, here's worth 30. Even though the 30 looks same size as the 20, you don't worry about that. As I said, you can adjust it. Here is also 30. So it's an unequal part. Okay, so we take out the unequal parts and see how much do we have. We have 30 plus 20. Let me undo that. Undo. Great. We have 30 plus 20, which is 50, and then we have 30 here. So in all we have 80 to break off. 80 to break off from the block of chocolate. Why am I going to put a dollar sign? Right. So from the 350, the total, we take off 80. 350, take away 80. 0 take away 0, 0. 5 take away 8 cannot, so we regroup. 15 take away 8, 7. 2 take away nothing. Remember, you can always fill in the space with a 0. I tend not to put it quite often, as you'll realize. 2 take away 0, 2. So that's 270 after you have broken off the extras. And by now you should be quite familiar. I'm going to change my color of my highlighter. Nice. I think that's a fuchsia pink, or is it neon? Whatever. So we have equal parts here. It appears as though, we know it's not, C, A, and B are now equal. Well, their balances are equal. These three are adding up. these three equal parts are adding up to 270. If we want to find out how much one is worth, we gotta break that up into 3, divide by 3. So 270 . Oh, I'm in love with bar modeling. 2 into 2, what? You see? 3 into 270. I'm a human. 3 into 27. 9. 9 3s are 27. 27 take away 27. 0. Bring down the 0. 3 into 0. 0. 0 3s are 0. 90. So 90 here. 90 there. 90 there. Have we answered our question? Calculate the weight of container B. Yes, container B is 90 kilograms. B equal 90. Great. Just for the sake of understanding, what other information could we have found? We could have found the weight of container C, which would have been 90 plus 30 plus 20. We could have found the weight of container A, which would have been 90 plus 30. We could have found how many more kilograms container C was than container A or B, or how many more was A than C, or how many less. We already know what is the combined weight. But let's use our answer back into the question to make sure, to double check. Right, we're saying that B is 90. 3 containers A, B, C weigh a total of 350. So we said here is 90. Great, we have it on our diagram already. Container A weighs 30 more than container B. We're seeing the 30 more here, right? So 90 and 30 is how much? 120? Yes, that's 120. We were not asked, but we're finding out. And container C weighs 20 more than A. Yes, that's what we're saying here based on our diagram. So that's 120 plus 20 is 140. Let's see if 140, 120, and 90 add up to this 350 that we said it's supposed to. Let me line that up better. It's writing on the screen thing. It's really something else. How much was it again? 140, that's C. 120, that's A. And B is 90. Yes, please add up to 350. That's what you say in your mind. You don't want to get wrong. 0 plus 0 plus 0, 0. 4 plus 2, 6. 6 and 9, 15. Looking good so far. 1 plus 1, 2. See, I didn't put my 0 again. 1 plus 1 make 2. Plus 1, 3. Hooray, 350. It means we are correct. Everything is working back into the question. Home. Right. So let me send the next question down so you don't get distracted. 50 guests attended a birthday party. So the total is 50. Draw. The total is 50 guests. By 7 p.m., 11 children left. The number of adults was then twice the number of children. So you know what I think I want to do? I didn't read the entire question first, but all right, it happens. Adults was twice the number of children, right? So this is children, and this is adults. This is after 7 p.m. Great. Children, adults. So that is definitely an accurate part of it. 11 children left. So they didn't say that the amounts were the same, so this is the 11 children that left here. How many children attended the party? 50 guests, 11 left. The number of adults was then twice the number of children. How many children attended the party? Okay, so here Miss is thinking. Miss is thinking, oh, right. There were 50 guests. I forgot for a moment that they told us the total. So 50 guests take away 11 children. Let's regroup. 0 can't take away 1, right? 10 take away 1 is 9. 4 take away 1 is 3. So that means after the children left, after these 11 children left, there were 39 persons in the party. So let me take your attention to this part. There were 39 children, persons in the party, which included the children here and the adults here. The children represented half the number of adults. The adults represented twice the number of children. So we have 3 equal parts. How do we find out the value of one of those equal parts? We divide by 3. 39 divided by 3. 3 into 3, 1. 3 into 9, 3. So each of these parts is worth 13. So there's nothing else, nothing that we don't know. All parts are labeled in the diagram, so we can answer any question about it. How many children attended the party? The 13 who remained plus the 11 that left. I'm highlighting now the 13 that remained. Very often children stop right here. Remember that there were 11 before and they left. So 13 plus 11. 3 plus 1, 4. 1 plus 1, 2. So this is our answer. 24 children attended the party. No, you don't have to answer in a complete sentence. ATTNDED. The party. Once you put 24, you are fine. Let's very responsibly check our answer. 50 guests, by 7, 11 children left. Okay, if there were 24, that's 24 take away 11, which is 13. So we have 13 children. And if that 13 children represented half the number of adults, because the adults were twice the number of children, that means there were 26 children. Let's see. Yes, 13 is half of 26. So 13, 26 plus the 11 who left. Let's see if we're getting 50 back. 6 and 3, 9 plus 1, 10. 2 plus 1, 3 plus 1, 4 plus 1, 5. It seems as though we are correct, people. Yes. So this is how you go through the thought process. You get a little stuck, review, go back to the question. But you will get it. At least try, at least represent the diagram. Don't give up. And this can be taken with you wherever you go throughout life. Children, teach your parents. What am I doing? Jaden had 6 times more money than Kaylee. They have a total of 1,806. How much more money does Jaden have than Kaylee? This is supposed to be a simple one. So this is Kaylee. Hi, Kaylee. Jaden has 6 times more than Kaylee. So Jaden, that's 1 time. Not 1 time more, that's the same number. 1 time more. Yeah, same thing. 1 time more. How do you phrase that? Jaden, that's the same number. This is twice. This is 3 times more. This is 4 times more. This is 5 times more. This is 6 times more. Jaden, where you got all that money from, boy? Great. And they have a total of 1,806. Big number, so what? 1,806. We have just separated our bars into equal parts. So it means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts. 7 parts that are equal add up to 1,806. So you divide by 7 to find out the value of 1 part. So 7 into 1,806. 7 into 14. 2 7s are 14. Didn't I hide those questions below? Let me send them down. Home, here, home. Okay. Great. I want you reading about Sandra now. So 7 to 14, 2 7s are 14. 18, 18 take away 14 is 4. Bring down the 0. 7 into 40. 5 7s are 35. 40 take away 35. 5. Bring down the 6. 7 into 56. 8 7s are 56. 56 take away 56. 0. So it means each of these parts is worth 258. 258. 258. 258. 258 what? We're talking about money. Wait, Jaden, where you got all that money from, boy? Great. So, how much more money does Jaden have than Kaylee? Well, look at Jaden's money here. Changing the color again. 258 once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times. So that's 258. Let me put some words. Jaden's money times 6. 8 6s are 48. 5 6s are 30. Plus 4, 34. 2 6s are 12. Plus 3. So Jaden has 1,548. And he's going to save his money to buy his books for Irie. And Kaylee has $258. So let's just write down Kaylee 258. Right? What you could buy with that, Kaylee? But that's for your book bag. Great. So we want to find out the difference between Kaylee. We can write down difference. 1,548 take away 258. 8 plus 8, 16. 4 plus 5, 9 plus 1, 10. 5 plus 2, 7. 1. What nonsense I'm doing? I'm supposed to be subtracting. Lord have mercy. Had I been in the class, somebody would have been there to remind me, hey, miss, you're supposed to be taking away. 8, take away 8, 0. 4, take away 5, cannot. So we regroup. 14, take away 5, that's 9. 4, take away 2, 2. 1, take away 0, nothing, 1. So it means that Jaden has $1,290 more than Kaylee, once we add it correctly. I like you because it's bigger numbers. You tend not to want to go back and calculate, but you see, for SEA, once you have time, these are the things you do. You have extra time, you go back and check everything, because very often, you see what I was doing there? It's a good thing that happened. I was adding. These are errors that children make, mistakes, because you're a human being. Okay? So it's very, very good to check. All the time you were working well and you were confident. Yes, I'm getting 100%. And then when you actually correct it, you realize, wait a minute, is that what I did? Oh my gosh. So it's important to check over. All right. I think I'm going to do a part 3 where we do number 15 to number 18. So people who haven't tried it yet, please try it. Look for questions on the internet. If you find that you get in trouble, start with the easy ones and graduate to the more challenging ones. Try, you can do it. James 1:5 says, if any one of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, which giveth to all men liberally and upbraideth not, and it shall be given him. Bye.